Thank you, Chief Marshal Belton. It is with great pleasure that I now call to order the Brevard Commencement exercises. Please be seated. Well, good morning and welcome to this very special occasion. Be perfectly frank and honest, I'm just glad that we were able to do that this year. It has been a difficult, thank you, and thank you for your patience, for your commitment, and for your willingness to think things a little differently. As you're probably aware, my name is David Joyce, and I'm the president of this wonderful college. And this is a very special moment for me in that this will be my last commencement day in this role. As many of you, or most of you know, I will be retiring. My wife and I'm retiring, she's not. But I'll be retiring at the end of the calendar year. And this has been a most wonderful and special 10 years in our lives. This is an important day because this is the 168th time that we have done this. Brevard College is 168 years old. Not that you care, but that's about 100 years older than me. Ours is a rich heritage at this institution, and we gather today in the spirit of celebration and profound pride for both individuals and for our academic community. We come here this morning to salute the outstanding achievements of the graduating class of 2020 and 21, a class that has clearly made its mark on our college in so many important ways. All of us will look back on last year and this year and see it as a defining moment at Brevard College and for higher education. What I really want to say is we did it. We did it face to face. We did it online. And we did it. Thank you to the faculty, the staff, and the students for working with us to make it happen. We delivered over 10,000 meals to students in quarantine. Our faculty pivoted on a moment's notice to teach both online and in the classroom. Yes, we're tired, but we're also very proud for what we were able to accomplish. And now we have our graduates. And hey, it's going to be fun because we're going to do 2 of these in the same day. And thank you. Thank you, your parents, and the folks that's sitting here to watch your students graduate, for your support, for your tuition checks that you wrote, and for your patience with us. In the course of our ceremony, a few graduates will receive very special recognition, either as award recipients or as honor graduates. Yet the most significant recognition we bestow today is the Brevard College diploma itself, for it signifies a level of education that the vast majority of people in this world, and even in this country, will never have the opportunity to achieve. All who march across this stage today deserve our congratulations for reaching this very important milestone. Each of you becomes an esteemed graduate of Brevard College, and we will proudly proclaim you as a BC alumnus or alumna and a tornado forever. Brevard College is a very special place because of the amazing and inspired people who live, work, study, and play here. A Brevard College education is grounded on a firm tradition of service and empowering graduates not only to think, but to be inspired to action. You are amazing because you care about our larger community. This graduating class demonstrated this by providing over 12,000 hours of community service in their four-year span from 2018 to 2021. And they did this not in spite of the pandemic, but perhaps somewhat because of the pandemic. Our graduating class represents a range of cultures, countries, religions, and socioeconomic backgrounds, bringing great diversity to this campus and also great diversity to this community. These graduates have distinguished themselves in the classroom, on the stage, and on the playing field. So here at the beginning of our time together this morning, and on behalf of everyone at Brevard College, we salute you, our graduates. We thank you, and we thank their friends and family for all their support, and we welcome you to this celebration. And at this time, I'd like to bring, in our ceremony, I'm going to call Senior Cody Ingram, the president of the Christ Club, to offer the invocation. And following the invocation, Mrs. Barbara Halsey, class of 75, and the current chair of the College Board of Trustees will bring greetings from the trustees. Cody?
If you'd all bow your heads with me. What's up, God? I'd like to thank you for bringing us together today to celebrate Brevard College seniors taking the next step into the next chapter of our lives. As we look back on our time here, we thank you for new and lifelong friendships made here. Thank you for professors that have challenged, inspired, and have gone the extra mile to make sure every student succeeds. Thank you for the amazing staff we have here, from the CAF staff to Tornado Alley to maintenance. Thank you for all the opportunities Brevard College has given us. Thank you for experiential hands-on learning, for most of our time here at least. Thank you for opportunities to socialize, hang out with one another, whether it's Creek Week, having a cookout in front of Jones, to the yearly talent show in Ingram Auditorium. Lord, thank you especially for the family support we have all been given to this point in our lives, whether it's financial, emotional, encouragement, or even if it's just being there. Lord, I would just like to thank you for being you, by knowing and calling us by name, and being with us every step of the way, whether it's a bad situation or a time to rejoice. Father, this is my prayer for my fellow graduates. I understand that this is a time for us to enter a very big world of opportunities and the unknown. It's at this time that most of us will start real adulting. Some will be starting families, some be starting a full job, going to graduate school, or exploring opportunities that the world has to offer. Lord, I pray that you would intercede in each and every one of these graduates' lives at this very moment, and then for the rest of their lives. I pray that they would feel your spirit, your peace, and your presence with them, and they would be overcome by your never-ending, non-ceasing love. I pray that you will continue to intercede, guide, direct, and be a part of every decision we make, to every relationship experience, to every breath we take. Father God, Adonai, we love you for who you are and in the world. In the name of the King who left his throne for our cause, we love you, Lord. Amen.
Nervous? I am, and I've done this before. Good morning. My name is Barbara Halsey, and I'm the chairman of the Board of Trustees at Brevard College, and it's an honor to be here today. I'm also an alum who just a short 46 years ago also graduated from Brevard College. But I'm not the only alum here today. If anyone in the audience graduated from Brevard, Will you stand up and be recognized? Seniors, welcome to our club. Coming back to campus reminds me of the good old days, when Brevard was a two-year school, when Jones Residence Hall was female only, and the doors were securely locked at night to keep us safe. When email was a stamp and an envelope, when my cell phone was the public payphone at the end of my hall, and texting, it was a chalkboard that hung on the back of my door where friends left their messages. You faced a new normal this past year with grace and kindness, and with masks and hand washing and testing and quarantine and that ever popular social distancing. But the one thing that has remained constant through the years is the dedicated faculty and staff who strive to meet and exceed the mission that Brevard College is committed to an experiential liberal arts education that encourages personal growth and inspires artistic, intellectual, and social action. They have given you the tools to be successful with whatever comes your way. So when you get a chance, thank them and stay in touch. And don't get so busy with your new life that you forget your college. Visit Brevard when you can. Attend alumni events in your area. And when you're able, please pay it forward so that you can help another Brevard College student. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Brevard College, I congratulate each of you receiving your diploma today and wish you all the best. Take care, be safe, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
All graduates deserve our honor and recognition today, but it is appropriate and traditional for us to recognize a few outstanding members of each graduating class who have especially distinguished themselves through academic excellence, campus leadership, and commitment to the betterment of our campus and the larger world. At this time, it is my distinct honor to recognize several members of the class of 2021 for their distinguished achievements. President Joyce, will you assist with the presentation? The Presidential Award for Scholarship is given each year to the graduating senior with at least 62 hours of coursework at Brevard College with the highest academic rank based on the cumulative grade point average for all coursework completed. This year's awardee has completed all of their coursework with a GPA of 4.0 as a business and organizational leadership major. I'm pleased to announce the 2021 Presidential Award for Scholarship from Brevard, North Carolina, Carson Gray Waddell. Carson, please come forward. And now for the Exemplary Teacher Award. The purpose of the Brevard College Exemplary Teacher Award is to recognize excellence in teaching, civility and concern for students and colleagues, commitment to value-centered education, and outstanding service to students, the institution, and the community. Each year, this award is given to an outstanding, non-tenured faculty member who represents all of these qualities. The recipient this year will join a distinguished group of exemplary Brevard College teachers. At this time, I would like to recognize all of the past recipients of this award that are still members of the Brevard College faculty. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until everyone's name has been called so that we may recognize all of you as a group. Margaret Brown, Jennifer Frick Rupert, Jennifer Kafsky, Betsy Burrows, Cameron Austin, Kyle Lusk, Catherine Gresham, Robert Dye, Catherine Rasmussen, Megan Kaiser, John Buford, and Hernan Biava. A round of applause for the past winners. Thank you. We continue the tradition of recognizing the recipient of this prestigious award and giving them the opportunity and the honor of addressing the graduating class. This year's recipient's teaching is extraordinary. Students describe her as organized, passionate, and understanding. Her words and deeds reflect a focus on student learning outcomes and innovative and effective pedagogical methods that lead to student success. She teaches a wide range of courses, from general education for first semester freshmen to upper level courses for majors, including learning and community courses, Voice of the River, and first year experience, and even online summer school courses. And in all of these teaching modalities, she excels. Her individualized work with senior projects, internships, and independent studies reflects her strong commitment to student mentoring and her commitment to student success of our students. She is committed to continued improvement in teaching, as is evident from her having attended several Gateway to Completion conferences and the Appalachian College Association Teaching and Learning Summer Institute. While her teaching and professional development are stellar, her service to Brevard College is equally impressive. She is currently a liaison to the Gardner Institute for the college's Gateway to Completion project. She is coordinator of the biology major and serves on several important committees, including the Curriculum Development and Assessment Committee that reviews all college curriculum. Yet she still finds time to attend a variety of student-sponsored activities and campus events in both athletics and fine arts, sing herself in the Transylvania Choral Society, volunteer at local festivals, and work with El Centro, the Transylvania County organization that does outreach work to the local Latino community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Brevard College Exemplary Teacher Award recipient, Dr. Sarah Mavidi.
Good morning, and thank you, Dean Sheffield. Congratulations, graduating class of 2021. I love reading the list of graduates each year and remembering all of you that I've had in class along the way. For example, I scroll down the list and I remember the students that I had as freshmen in their first biology classes. I also remember the students that took their first and only science class with me. I see the names of students that I didn't have in class, but I recognize them from their various roles across campus as artists, as actors, as student athletes, and as student leaders. When I see your names, I also love remembering the experiences that we've had along the way. Some of them may not have been our favorite experiences, like going online during spring 2020, but others we will remember more fondly, like playing in 12 inches of snow during both exam week in 2017 and 2018, or celebrating with our football team in fall 2019 when they won their bowl championship. My favorite part of having been your teacher is sharing these experiences with you along the way. This is a formative time in your lives. Everything you have learned along the way over the past 4 years, both in and out of the classroom, will shape your next steps on your journey. Sometimes I find myself thinking back on my own experiences as an undergraduate. I realize how much they shaped not only who I am today, but where I am today, speaking to you on this very special commencement day. Here's an example. When I was younger, I wanted to be an orthodontist. Clearly, that's not the path I took. I don't know why I wanted to be an orthodontist, but I decided to go to college to study biology so that I could eventually pursue a dental degree. At my alma mater, in order to be a biology major, I had to take one of the hardest classes, organic chemistry, my freshman year. Just to compare, our science majors take organic chemistry their junior year, and I took it as a freshman. I'm here to tell you I was not prepared, and I failed my first exam. That was a crushing experience. And I thought, okay, this is not something I can do. But I was lucky to have a professor who was passionate about teaching and student success, and she told me I could do it and to stick it out. And I passed, not with an A, but I passed. And I stuck with the biology major. That experience helped me realize that maybe dental school is not something I wanted to pursue. Ironically, I told myself that I never wanted to work that hard in a class again. But the joke was on me because I went on not only to major in biology, but pursue graduate education in biology. And of course, we, your teachers, work very hard every day to help you get where you are right now. Another experience that shaped not only who I am, but where I am today was my undergraduate institution. I went to Wake Forest University. I had visited the campus when I was about 10 years old, and I fell in love with a small campus with its beautiful brick buildings, much like the beauty of Brevard College. When I was accepted and decided to attend college at Wake Forest, I didn't really understand where I was going. I didn't do my research beyond falling in love with a campus. Once I got there, I didn't feel like I belonged. It was hard to make friends. I didn't know if I was smart enough. It was a tough experience my first year of college, and I seriously considered transferring to a school near home. But once again, I decided to choose the challenging route and to stick it out. If I hadn't stayed, many doors would not have been open to me. For example, I wouldn't have applied for a Fulbright scholarship that allowed me to live in Peru for a year after graduating. And if I had not lived in Peru doing research for that year, I would not have gone on to graduate school, which is where I learned that I had a passion for teaching college students. The path that I started at Wake Forest didn't seem like the right one for me at first, but it still led me in the right direction. Step by step, I have found my way. Which brings me to my last story. When I finished my PhD in 2013, I had to decide where I wanted to live, what I wanted to do with my life. Once again, I was faced with a challenging decision. There were two places that I could see myself calling home. I wanted to either move to Cusco, Peru, where I'd spent much of the previous 6 years as a graduate student, or to Western North Carolina, where I grew up. I made the decision to move back to Peru. I had loved living in Peru when I was younger. When I got there, I realized that it was not the right choice for me anymore. I wanted a job in a field I was passionate about, teaching. So after 6 months in Peru, I moved home, and by some stroke of fate, there was a posting for a teaching position at Brevard College. And I thought to myself, that's exactly where I want to be. I started teaching at Brevard College full-time in fall 2017 when most of you were freshmen. In a way, we started this journey together. Now, I don't want to leave you all without saying something about science. In science, we don't seek to prove things right. Instead, we continue to research, experience, and ask questions to support our ideas. I say this because in a similar way, there are many opportunities and choices to make along your path. They may take you in different directions, but all the experiences you will have along the way will make you who you are and will take you where you're supposed to be. And to continue the analogy of the scientific method, think of your family, your friends, and your professors as your constants. We will be here for you no matter where your path takes you. But your path in life is the variable. It will change. But we have to embrace that change and explore the opportunities presented to us. You may find 5 years down the road that you're not where you plan to be, but you will be in the right place. I'm not an orthodontist, but I love having been your teacher and having shared your experiences along the way. All the life choices that I've made have led me back home to Western North Carolina and ultimately to Brevard College. And I am so glad that I chose these pathways, and in some cases, that these pathways chose me. I encourage you all to explore the many pathways that are now open to you as graduates of Brevard College. Thank you.
I will now ask Caitlin Cloud Morton, 2020-21 Student Government President, to join us on the stage to introduce our senior class speakers.
Thank you. Let me get my speech up. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Good morning and welcome to the commencement ceremony and celebration of the class of 2020 and 2021. Today, I have the honor of introducing two wonderful individuals who have impacted my life and the lives of students on Brevard College campus. Right now, I would like to ask that we recognize the people who have been with us as we take this journey. At this time, graduating seniors, please ponder on the people who were the most important to this journey and accept and appreciate your loved ones, your professors, and your support system as you've been at Brevard College. So, can you please give them an applause at this time? Thank you. Now, as a freshman, Rebecca would have had you fooled. She was quiet, charismatic, loving, and driven. But as Rebecca continued her Brevard College career, she met her mentor and friend, Abby Fusler, in the Brevard College community. Rebecca since then has grown so much as an individual. She has allowed herself to participate in multiple opportunities on campus, from serving in, from I Will to starting it all in SGA to Outing Club to working in the CAF. I'll be the first to say that Rebecca Rojas definitely tried finding multiple ways to continuously support and serve the BC community. Rebecca has grown so much into a wonderful young woman who inspires others to grow and step out of their comfort zones into leader positions. It is my pleasure to, at this time, introduce your first commencement speaker, Rebecca Rojas.
Thank you, Kat, for your personal introduction. It has been a journey to grow with you this past year. Welcome, Dr. David and Lynn Joyce, as we conclude your final graduation ceremony at Brevard College. Dr. Dean Deanna, Dr. Scott Sheffield, Board of Trustees, family and friends, thank you for joining the celebration. I stand before you this morning with every intention of being completely transparent and honest. So let me start off by saying, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not a writer, and I've come to understand that I'm not well versed in commencement ceremonies, let alone writing or making speeches. So fair warning, I may not know what I'm doing, but I do know how I'm feeling. On February 13th, 2021, the Brevard College women's soccer team had won their first home game since the pandemic began. I remember standing in goal during the game as a goalkeeper, looking at my teammates on the field, looking at the fans in the stands, sitting in this new stadium, while wearing masks, as I may add, and thinking to myself, are we really playing right now? That is how I'm feeling at this moment. I'm astounded by the privilege that we, the class of 2020 and 2021, have to be recognized at the first graduation ceremony since the pandemic began. The pandemic that paused hopes and dreams of college students globally. I'm not only astounded, but grateful for the experiences that we all have encountered at Brevard College. As we all know, our professors required one last assignment or discussion as part of the experiential education learning, which is to reflect on what we learned. Professor Cam Austin, this serves as my final reflection. Since our journey began at Brevard College, we literally encountered a handful of once-in-a-lifetime experiences that most colleges advertise to all applicants. Let me refresh your memory. In August 2017, we were able to witness a total solar eclipse. We were provided with glasses that looked like they should have been handed out at a 3D movie theater, hoping our eyes were fully protected as we stare up above. Winter of 2018, the village's residents were graciously granted with the gift of a full-size igloo created by students of the Wilderness and Leadership and Experiential Education program, which, now that I can recall, also had a fire pit inside. Sorry, campus life. In the 2019-2020 academic year, we encountered a historical moment at Brevard College. We were allotted a whole extra week of spring break, which was then followed by free tutorials on how to learn through Zoom and Google Meet. In this academic year of 2020-21, we were placed in cohort housing with our teammates, same declared major classmates, or artistic abilities. As our senior RAs have come to discover, fun memories were consumed. As a graduating class and a half, take time to reflect on the accomplishments that we achieved as students during the pandemic. Athletes had to overcome getting quarantined during the season, and yet still able to set school records and win championships. The theater department continued to perform live in extraordinary circumstances that demanded the dedication of the entire acting, directing, and tech staff to overcome challenges. We were able to experience a football game with our own drum line, providing support like we've never had before. The Willie program still managed to host outdoor and adrenaline-rushing adventures, all while wearing a mask. At campus, we were asked to physically distance from those apart from our cohort. We had our temperatures taken every day to enter any building or facility on campus. We have met our long-life brothers and swole sisters. We were told we had to make these sacrifices in order to continue in-person learning. For those sacrifices that we, students, have to eventually accept and adapt, I thank you personally. If it were not for our ability to preserve a unique way of living, truthfully, I don't think we would be here this morning. As a campus, the administration made tough decisions to protect our value of education. The staff worked overtime to keep us safe, and the faculty provided an abundance of patience to us. This resulted in classes to continue in person throughout the entire year. As of today, the COVID-19 pandemic has taken at least 3 million lives around the world. Our way of normal life 14 months ago began to change. We are forced into a quarantine as a world, a quarantine that forced us to stop and be present. We watched, listened, and waited with the anxiety of the unknown that sprouted in our communities. One thing that was given was the ability to be mindful and present during quarantine last March. As a society, we waited for answers and guidance while injustices finally be acknowledged. We sought and wanted a future without fear. Our class has endured far more than what we thought we were capable of 4 years ago. Yet we are still missing one person in our history here at Brevard College. Rakeem Sweezy left an impact that has changed our campus culture and our own lives. His departure has made our community closer, stronger, and that deserves recognition. We are here today because of the sacrifices that people surrounding us have made. This diploma may have our name on it when it is presented, but it's not just for us. It is for our communities that we will guide. Our education and challenging experiences that we encountered this past year have demonstrated that we can change the future to what we envision it. It is for our parents, our family members, our friends and colleagues, our teachers and coaches who have supported our goals in higher education. Obviously, I'm no Professor Kim Austin, but I want to close today by assigning you, my fellow members of the class of 2020 and 2021, one final task, one final reflection. I task you to acknowledge our privilege here this morning with the intention to serve others as we enter the real world. For those that are here with us in person, staff, faculty, and parents, or joining us virtually in the live stream of today's ceremony, or even watching from above somewhere, thank you for serving us. We have benefited from our education during our time at Brevard College. It is now our time to serve wherever our aspirations may be. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for sharing your thoughts and experiences this morning and for your many contributions to our campus. Certainly, you have represented this graduating class well over your time here and this morning. You have clearly exemplified why we are so proud today and why we see such a bright future for the members of this graduating class. Let us thank her again for her outstanding presentation today. We now come to the part of the morning we have all been waiting for, the hooding ceremony and the actual awarding of the degrees. This year we are combining the two rituals in our ceremony. Our hooding ritual recalls a tradition that dates back to medieval Europe, in which faculty placed the academic hood over the head and around the neck of the student, signifying a student's success in completing an academic program. At Brevard College, the student chooses a faculty or staff member for the honor of hooding them. At Brevard College, the hooding ceremony recognizes the special, personal, mentoring relationship between students, faculty, and staff that is at the heart of the educational process at Brevard College. President Joyce, join me now at the podium for the hooding ceremony and the awarding of the degrees. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Brevard College, degree candidates, please rise. Sorry, I forgot to have you stand up. Degree candidates, please rise. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Brevard College, I certify that these students have fulfilled all requirements for graduation and should be awarded their respective degrees, the Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Science.
Thank you, Dean Sheffield. By the authority granted to me by the Brevard College Board of Trustees and the state of North Carolina, I hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Science with all the appropriate honors, rights, and responsibilities. Congratulations. Before awarding of your diplomas, I would ask you to stand just for a few more minutes as we stop with a moment of silence and remember a beloved member of the BC community family. 3.5 years ago, we lost one of our fellow students, Keem Sweezy, as Rebecca noted a minute ago. An amazing young man who would be graduating with you today that brought joy into everyone's life that he came in contact with. There wasn't a day that went by that you didn't see a smile on his face and open arms to welcome you with a bear hug. We miss Sweezy, and now we honor him with a moment of silence. Thank you, and you may be seated.
Marshals, please direct the graduates forward row by row to receive their diplomas. Faculty and staff, when I call your name for the hooding ceremony, please come forward and join the student at the base of the stage. As we prepare for the hooding process and distribution of the diplomas, let me assure all parents and other photographers that we have a professional photographer who will be taking a close-up photograph of each graduate. These photos will be available to graduates and their families. Clinton Austin Bolin, hooded by Michael Mareshi, cum laude graduate. The wind is going to make this fun. Kiara Latrice Carson, hooded by Michael Mareshi, magna cum laude. Nicholas Ryan Eubanks, hooded by Michael Mareshi. Michaela Ann Foster, hooded by Michael Mareshi, summa cum laude graduate. Victoria Lennox Green, hooded by Michael Mareshi, cum laude graduate. Sean Christian Everett Jackson, hooded by Michael Mareshi, cum laude graduate. Brandon Leon Lewis, hooded by Michael Mareshi. John Travis Wheeler, hooded by Michael Mareshi. Brandon Paul Whitfield, hooded by Michael Mareshi. Jacob Alexander Dixon, hooded by Dennis Cole. Perla Karina Gonzalez, hooded by Dennis Cole, magna cum laude graduate. Norman Huntley Hacker, hooded by Dennis Cole. Quentin James Jackson, hooded by Dennis Cole. Canon Michael Lamb, hooded by Dennis Cole. Taryn Ray Ledford, hooded by Dennis Cole. Ryan Mitchell Tertee, hooded by Dennis Cole. Amy Cecilia Juarez Villatoro, hooded by Dennis Cole. Carson Gray Waddell, hooded by Dennis Cole, summa cum laude. Maria Amy Grandy, hooded by Allison O'Leary, magna cum laude Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Kelsey Ann Kaufman Morgan, hooded by Allison O'Leary. Catherine Sun Ming, hooded by Allison O'Leary, Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Haven Lois Rainey, hooded by Allison O'Leary, magna cum laude graduate, honors program, and Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Michaela Kathleen Smith, hooded by Allison O'Leary, cum laude graduate. Benjamin Cole Melton, hooded by Cameron Austin, cum laude graduate. Rebecca Marie Rojas, hooded by Cameron Austin, summa cum laude graduate, honors program, and Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Jose Alfredo Sanchez Martinez, hooded by Cameron Austin, magna cum laude graduate. Monica Michelle Avery, hooded by Lisa Boucher, summa cum laude graduate. Amber Lynn Blanton, hooded by Lisa Boucher, summa cum laude graduate, honors and Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Mackenzie Leanne Bowman, hooded by Lisa Boucher, Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Tally Brooke Poe, hooded by Lisa Boucher. Chloe Michaela Quick, hooded by Lisa Boucher. Olivia Faith Holland, hooded by Robert Dye, magna cum laude graduate. Gabrielle Elise Lashney, hooded by Robert Dye, magna cum laude graduate. Emily Danielle Massing, hooded by Robert Dye. Daniel Bradshaw Miller, hooded by Robert Dye. Matthew David Stevens, hooded by Robert Dye. Dalen Tyreek Curtis, hooded by Barbara Russo. Jillian Gracie Davis, hooded by Barbara Russo, summa cum laude graduate. Harrison Thomas Hawk, hooded by Barbara Russo. Okay. Watch out for the box. There you go. Charles Edward Odom II, hooded by Barbara Russo. Emily Drew White, hooded by Barbara Russo. Hayden Brock Price, hooded by Laura Vance. Andreas Latrell Wyatt, hooded by Laura Vance. Jesse David Money, hooded by Michael Castellez. Sierra Ann Winters, hooded by Michael Castellez. Samuel Luis Parando, hooded by Deborah Dana. João Pedro Suate, hooded by Deborah Dana. Stephen Anthony Mariscalco, hooded by Jennifer Kafsky. Jason Brady Dorosky, hooded by Jennifer Kafsky. Megan Renee Coggins, hooded by Megan Kaiser. Brenna Elena Ennis, hooded by Megan Kaiser. Zachary Martin Johnson, hooded by Darlene Blackstock. Emily Joy Abbott, hooded by John Buford. Justin Richard Bell, hooded by Robert Field, summa cum laude graduate. Thomas Joseph Kennedy, hooded by David Joyce. Come on up. Sam Thomas Duffy, hooded by Kelly Kiernan. Pablo Javier Mascaro, hooded by Juan Mascaro Jr., magna cum laude graduate. Hannah Francis Weatherall, hooded by Leigh Tavaloni, summa cum laude graduate, honors program, and Institute for Women in Leadership graduate. Russell Rayshawn Cuthbertson, hooded by John Thomas.
While you're standing, I'd like to give you a short charge, the class of 2021 and 2020. It is time for you to head off into new careers and new lives that you will be fashioning for yourselves. We trust that you leave here a better version of yourself because of our time together at Brevard College. This hallowed place gave you the chance to experience new disciplines, to develop the confidence that you will need for the rest of your lives, to build lifelong friendships with faculty, staff, and your fellow students, friendships that truly will last your lifetime. Brevard taught you the meaning of service, to have confidence in your decisions, and to stand firm in your convictions. You've learned how to persevere through a pandemic like no other generation in the last 100 years. However, the most important skill you have mastered is the ability to learn how to learn. And your education does not end here. Continuing to discover is your moral duty. It is not something you simply do to advance in life. It is your duty because it is only through continuous learning that we can add to the vast knowledge of humankind. Our lives will only accelerate as the world continues to change around us. And you have learned how to grow, adapt, and importantly, to adopt. Brevard College is now your alma mater, which is Latin for foster mother. Do not forget your foster mother. Visit her often. Share your accomplishments. Follow her on social media. She nurtured you for the past 4 or 5 years, and she cares deeply for you. Be sure to remain engaged with her so you can continue to nurture future generations just like yourself. You will forever be part of the Brevard College family, and we're very, very proud of you. Finally, it is our hope that you have learned the importance of meaning in your life, and we pray that you have developed the ability to discern an opportunity and act upon it if it's the right thing for you and the right thing in general. Learn something new every day. Live your life to the fullest. All of us at Brevard College will miss you. We trust that you will miss us, and we are grateful to have shared these precious years with you. God bless you in all your endeavors. You may be seated.
Okay. Congratulations, graduates. You may now flip your tassel. Following our singing of the college hymn and the benediction, I would like to ask that all guests remain standing in your immediate seating area until all faculty and graduates have recessed. Please refrain from interrupting the recessional line to offer congratulations until the graduates have completed their final walk between the faculty. Now please stand and join me in the singing of the college hymn found in the program. We will be led by graduates Sydney Wyndham and Kanique Eichelberger, whom I ask now to come forward. After the hymn, the President Joyce will offer the benediction to be followed by the recessional.
Guarded well by mountains, enshrined in every heart, our beloved alma mater, true and fair thou art. To the friendships that we cherish, to the memories that cling, to Brevard, our alma mater, let us sing. Let the mountains that surround us ring with voices clear and strong, and the valleys filled with echoes of our song.
And now, it's the class of 2021. It's time for you to head off to the new careers and new lives you'll be fashioning for yourselves. We trust that you'll leave this a better version of yourself because of our time together. And at this point in time, I'd like to give the benediction. This was written and sent to us by your college minister, Sherrod Kreisman, class of 2006, who is currently deployed. While Sherrod wishes he could be here in person, he sends his blessing. Let us pray. Spirit of abundance, God of grace, Mother of hope, we walk away from this space as graduates of Brevard College. Thank you for the roads that we have traveled, the connections we have made, and the opportunities to celebrate this moment. As we leave this space, may we strive towards excellence in all we do. May we celebrate, remember, and uplift all those around us. May our voices rise to pronounce peace and justice in the world. May we find bliss in future endeavors and adventures. May our achievements grow and enrich our communities. May we do what truly makes us come alive. May we not limit ourselves, but dare to believe in all things are possible. And may we find beauty in the mystery of the next steps of life, careers, and relationships. Now help us to go forth courageously. And in your name we pray. Amen.